Hello everyone, it's me Melanie from Hammer Stardust, and today we have it's Ruby Tuesday. So today I'm gonna be doing my design team project for Ruby and Pearl SO, and it's kind of a tutorial for these secret journaling tags that I make, and these are just some that I made before to sort of, and I will be using let me get it here. I'm using the receipts, the invoices, the French invoices, the printable of the French invoices, and the pictures, some of the vintage ladies. There's two printables of vintage ladies, and I'm using pictures from both. So, and I'm also using some of the wallpapers. She has a lot of wallpapers, so I'm using some of those to make these really pretty tags with the vintage ladies, as you can see. And these are for secret journaling. I make them all the time for my own personal journals and for journals that I sell. So I'm gonna tell you what you need to make these. So you need the printables, the background paper that you want, then another little paper to frame the picture, and whatever picture or image you want to put in there. I chose these really pretty vintage ladies. You also need something to tie the top of the tag with, like some string, some sari, whatever kind of, some ribbon. This is actually from a box of chocolates. Some textiles, some laces if you want to put some, but it's really not that necessary. I just put a little bit in these two tags. You can barely see it. So also your scissors, your glue, if you like distressing things, your distressing stuff, some hole reinforcers, and I have these vintage ones that I used in the front, and I also have these these are like those that they sell these at the pharmacy for like a couple of dollars, and I distressed it with this ink, and I'm using those in the back. But you can just have these distressed, you don't really need these other ones. And some of these corner thingies, and I have these vintage photo corners that I love getting these. Anytime I see a seller has some, I get them, and I've been hoarding them, so this was my opportunity to use them. And I was also really pleasantly surprised because I hadn't opened these and I didn't even know they were gold. I had them for so long and they're so beautiful. So you will need some photo corners. Now, maybe you can't find vintage ones, or you don't have vintage ones. I mean, I don't know how hard they are to find. I buy them from people on Instagram actually. So I don't know, but I have these that I got at Walmart like a really long time ago. These are clear, so they're not gonna give the effect that, you know, the pretty, how it looks framed, the picture and whatnot, but I think they do have these in black and colors. I don't know if exactly at Walmart, but I know that they do have them, or they used to have them when I lived in Miami. They had them at Michael's, and where they have the scrapbooking things, I know they have photo corners with colors. So you don't need the vintage ones, you can just get those. I have this tag punch, so I have this that makes this pretty border on the top of the tag. But if you don't have a tag punch, you'll need a tag so that you can cut the top. This is what I use for this one on the top, so that it looks like a tag. And if you want the decorative, then just use like a decorative tag that has a top like that, and you can trace it and cut it out so it's decorative. You can also just leave it like this. You don't need to have the corners to make it look like a tag necessarily, but I just thought I'd mention that. So Oh yeah, and for this tag I didn't use the photo thingy, so you can also just, you know, use these metal corners that I've been obsessed with and putting on everything. So, you know, that looks pretty. You can use these also, or you can use stickers. I know that I don't have the book next to me right now, but Maggie Holmes, in her sticker book, she has some stickers in one of her collections that has like little corner stickers, and I seen stickers like that. So you can also use that. You can draw them yourself. You can just do it without the photo corners. I did it like this because I wanted to use them, and I thought it looks so fancy. This is my favorite for right now. But so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make them, and so let's make some together. Oh, you also need this if you don't have the tag punch. If you're not using a tag punch, you need one, like the hole punch thingy. So I think that's all, and now we can get to making some. Oh, you also need the thing to cut the paper. I mean, you don't really necessarily need it, but it does come in handy to cut the paper this way. You're gonna cut the paper in long strips like this, so that you can make the secret journaling spot. So let's get to that, and let's get to making them. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing a voiceover from here on out because I just could not be without the fan on. It is so hot here, and I couldn't. And the fan is really noisy, so I decided to just do a voiceover for this part. This is my first time doing a voiceover, so I'm a little nervous, but we're gonna give it a try. Basically, I cut the strips of the paper, and then I've just folded them. As you could see, I showed there that I printed them on double-sided on the back of I forgot to say that before, on the back of the wallpapers. I printed these blank invoices. In the same printable where you get the French invoices, there's some blank ones. It's like the back of the invoices. So I printed that on the back of the wallpapers so that it wasn't just white. And that's where you can journal. That's where the journaling is gonna go. So when you fold the tags over, as you can see, the journaling is hidden inside. So that's why I call them secret journaling tags, basically. I'm just, here in this one, I'm doing the little tag shape on these with that tag, and I punched the other ones. The punch, funnily enough, the punch actually broke after this, so I can't even use it anymore. I don't know what happened to it. It just broke. It was acting a little funny, and then it broke. So here I use this tag with a pen to do a little circle so that I can punch the hole, and it's in the middle and it looks good. So I just draw the little circle on there, and then I punch it with the hole punch. Here I'm choosing the pictures, and I believe I already had sort of an idea in my mind of which picture was gonna go where, so that was quite easily. Then I just taking those invoices. I printed the invoices, I should also say, on normal paper. I mean, it's linen paper, but it's not cardstock, so it's not hard, it's flimsy. And I did print the wallpaper, the one that I'm making the actual tag on cardstock, so that it's sturdy, and that way it doesn't lose its shape. So I'm just measuring the little paper, and what I'm doing here is I'm framing a little bit so that there's layers. I'm framing the picture with this invoice, and you can't see much of the invoice, but it does gives it like a layer. I like how it looks. I don't like how the picture on top, just on top of the tag, look like. I like how this look like with all the layers. So I just measure it so it's kind of just framing it, and then I did the other ones, and I sort of just sped it up because it's just the same thing, just me measuring it and ripping paper and cutting it. And then I do distress them. I don't know if I think I edited that part. I think I edited most of the distressing. The pictures are distressed and the tags are also distressed by this point, but I think I cut all of that off because it was like a lot. I mean, this whole recording was like an hour and something, so in the editing process I did take out all of the distressing, so you didn't have to watch me just distressing every single thing, because it takes a long time. So these invoice little papers that go behind the picture are also distressing. I cut it out, and then I glued them down. I just did them all one after the other. I just glued them down onto the tags. Then I'm working on this tag, and I have this Denizen vintage hole reinforcers, and I do distress them. These have like a texture, almost like a fabric texture. It's kind of weird. I really like them, so I decided to put those in the front where you can see, and in the back I'm putting just one of these normal distressed ones. And I really love how that looks. I chose to use the maroon photo corners for this one. I think these look really good on the wallpaper particularly, and I love these. I love the color. And it's a little tricky putting them on so that they're straight, so I did put that fast so you didn't have to watch me struggle with them. And then just glue it down, and I love it. I love what this looks like. I think it's so pretty. It's so simple but so pretty. And then that's when you journal inside of there. And then I chose this ribbon that matches perfectly with the photo corners. This ribbon actually came in like a box of Hershey's Kisses. It had these ribbons, so I just put it on there, and I love that. So when you close the tag with the ribbon on top, you can't really see that it's like a folded tag. So you have your secret journaling in there, and if somebody's going through your journal, or if you post your journals, or you do flip throughs of your journals, then no one has to see what you wrote in there. I really like that. Then I moved on to the other tags, and I'm choosing to use the gold corners for this one. I just really love these gold corners. They look so fancy. And then I decided to just put the hole reinforcers on all of the remaining tags, and I fast forwarded that a little bit. This is one of my favorite pictures, and this was actually one of my favorite tags because it has the little gold, and I love this picture. And this wallpaper is also one of my favorites, so this is one of my favorite tags that I made. Then I just get a little sorry, I believe, and I think I do a bow on top. I believe I do a bow. Now I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do with this one, and I decided I wanted to put some of this like lace material sort of behind the tag. I mean behind the picture on the tag. So I just glue the little dots down there. I just glue it in between the invoice and the tag. I'm sorry, I keep saying tag. In between the invoice and the picture. I glue that down, and then I'm going to just put the picture on top. And I believe for this one I choose these black photo corners. These are also vintage, but these have sticky like a sticker, so maybe they're not as old. I don't know, because the other ones are gummed in the back, so that's why I glue them with glue. But these are sticky like a sticker, and they just go down easily. But then, you know, once they're down, they're down. And I love this one also, with the little test towel peeking through. I just put some sorry ribbon on top of this one. And then this one, I was trying to choose what I was gonna do, and I decided I wanted to use one of these metal thingies that I've been using. And if I felt like there was something missing in the corner, or like, and I put this little maroon photo corner up there, and I really liked it. I tried to see what it looked like if I put the photo corners in all of the corners, but I didn't like that. I thought it looked better with just the one and then the metal in the other corner. And I chose to put some of that same textile. I do glue this picture down. Yeah, I do. I glue this down before I move on, because I'm gonna glue down that photo corner. And on this one, I'm going to put some of that same textile, but on top of the picture and under the metal thing. So that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm just cutting out a little piece, and I really like how this one turned out also. I'm probably gonna keep making more of these. I really love them. I want to put them in journals that I make. I think they look so pretty and so fancy. And if you notice, the ones, this one I did glue down the picture, but the other ones are just glued. The photo corners are mostly the thing that's glued down, so when you put them in a journal that someone buys, they can choose to put another picture in there. They can take out this picture and put another picture in the little photo corners. And I used this little green sorry for this one. And then that's it. I made 4 here, and then I had the other 4, and I believe I'm just gonna show you them. I'm so happy with how they turned out. I think they're so pretty. Also, I decided to show you how you can use this in your journal, how I use them in my journal. And here I'm just basically showing you one that I already had, ones that I have in my journal that I have made before. So this one I just put in this pocket. I just have it in this fabric pocket. And in this one I have one that's clipped on top. I make a hole in the actual page, and when I do the bow, I do it holding the tag onto the actual journal page. I really like doing that. And another thing that you can do is just simply, look for a page, which is what I'm doing here in this journal. I want to put this one in here. I love this lady. She reminds me of Rose in the Titanic. I think her dress looks like the dress that Rose is wearing when they go to dinner. And so I really love her, so I want to put her in here, and you can just clip them onto a page. And how pretty is that? She looks so pretty in there. So that's basically what you can do. Here is just, yeah, my son's toy, his Lego, is making an appearance, but you're just gonna see some shots of some of them on in my journals. I put some in my journals, and I'm just showing you what they look like in some journals that I'm using at the moment. But that's basically it, you guys. That's my first tutorial and my first voiceover here on YouTube. I hope it wasn't too bad. I hope you guys like this video, and if you do, don't forget to hit like and maybe subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.